Hi, I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow, and I messed around with the audio levels today. Let me know if you guys can hear Miriam. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all of our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thanks so much for joining us on our keto journey.
There you go. So yes, let me know if you guys can hear Miriam okay. Chris Jones is on, Floyd is on, so is Linda. Andrew says good morning. Chris Davis says good morning all. A couple times. Karen says good morning.
She wanted to get the sun in there.
And the other Karen says good morning as well. Rhonda's on, so is Dana.
Hi, Rhonda.
Susan says good morning. Jerry says good morning. MJ says, hi, Keto Chow friends. Thanks for the great conference. So well executed.
Yes.
Gold star for the Bears.
It was great, except for the ending. And Chris just said, and...
I don't know why it just cut off. That was just weird.
And there was nothing else.
There was nothing else.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yep.
Whoopsie.
Okay. Yeah, that was. I'm not sure what went on there.
That made me giggle for hours. And
I thought that the feed just stopped, and I went back and rewatched it. I'm like, and anyway. Yeah, but yes, Keto Salt Lake did work out really well. For any that don't know what we're talking about, if you go to ketosaltlake.com.
Yep. Or you can go to our YouTube channel and they're there.
Yes.
Did you make a specific playlist?
It's right here. So here we are in
Okay.
Keto Salt Lake, and you can either click this link or just, there's the playlist right there, but here's the whole playlist. You've got the original one. You've got each individual talk. And if you look at this one, you can follow along with the live chat feed that was happening during it and the answers that were being given by the presenters, because we had a lot of them there in the chat.
Yeah, it was nice. So if you wanted to see the questions or anything that presenters said in the chat, you'll want to go find it on the long form video, but you can just go to their minute mark, because there is a minute mark schedule in the what is it called?
In the description.
In the notes. So yeah, you can look there, or you can just watch them individually, and there should be new comments. You can make new comments too.
There's even, check this out, this thing right here. Oh, there's all of the
the sections where they're speaking.
the bookmarks.
Bookmarks.
Yes.
Minute marks.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it.
Leanne says good Monday morning.
Good morning.
Myrna has a question. She wants to know if it's necessary or beneficial to take both the daily minerals and the electrolytes.
That's a good question.
I think I saw your question, was it on, I think it was on YouTube. Anyway, somebody asked the same question and I answered it. If you come here to the daily minerals, there's this thing that says, we have a fantastic blog post to help you understand more about electrolytes, why they're important, especially on keto diets, and exactly how the daily minerals fit into your lifestyle. Check it out. It's a bit long, but it goes into a lot of good detail about when and where and how the daily minerals fit in with the other electrolyte supplements. So please check it out. I just put the link into the chat of this video. Marcus says we got our first shipment on Friday. Snickerdoodle was awesome. Natural strawberry was also great. Definitely will order more.
Awesome.
Elizabeth says, good morning, guys. You guys are awesome doing that conference. It was a lot of work, but...
It was a lot of fun.
Yep.
It was a lot less work than the actual in-person conference. Can I just tell you that? Which is funny because Chris did most of the work. Because he recorded everyone's talks. There were 3 talks that were given to us, which was awesome.
Yep.
But everything else, he went and recorded all of them, and then edited anything that needed to be edited, and
sometimes I even got it right.
Sometimes. So.
But it was a lot of work. It was totally worth it.
It wasn't very much work for me.
Yarn Lady, TikTok Yarn Lady says, I'm here.
Hey.
Mike wants to know what's new in the Keto Chow world. 2 things. We still have some of the books.
Oh, yes.
So if you order over $150, it'll actually pop up and say, hey, you get this free book.
Yep.
David Harper, one of the speakers.
The speakers on Saturday. That was great. So grab those. Also, I think they go automatically into your
It
cart.
automatically adds it to your cart.
So you want to take it out if you don't want it, but then you don't have to worry about trying to put it into your cart.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And if you forget, message us and we can,
The second thing is
it's
that
free.
our live stream tomorrow evening is going to be early.
Oh, yes.
It'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 p.m. Mountain. And that's because we have a super awesome concert that we'll be going to at Oker Hills Middle School. Oh, yeah. So that's what's new.
It's going to be a party.
Andrew says, I've been looking for a good probiotic. Any suggestions? I just went to Costco and got the one that was on sale.
The Maria recommends, oh my gosh, I can't remember, Thrive probiotic, but it's $50.
Wow.
There is a Nature's
I think it's Nature's Bounty, isn't it?
Bounty one that is similar that I've been using that is not as expensive.
I think that's the one I got at Costco.
Yeah.
Yarn Lady says, I finally got to catch 2KK and Keto Chow lives in the same morning.
Yeah, it's going to be a good day.
Chris Jones says, the conference was awesome. I concur. Thanks for hosting. Also, thanks to 2KK. Shauna says, good morning, Chris and Miriam. Jerry says, we had our weigh-ins this morning.
Nice.
Patty broke 20 pounds, eliminated. Skipping lost, as it's not to be found again. And I finally broke 40 pounds, lost. For me since December 1st, and Patty since mid-February. Hashtag keto winning.
Yay.
Rhonda says, normally I don't move between lives, coworker. Oh, are they still on? Are 2KK still going?
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry. Well, we've been doing this same time slot for a long time. Anyway, coworker is really excited about the Keto Chow packets I gave her and husband to try this morning. Can't wait for the review.
Oh.
Candace says, hi, all Keto Chow
Thank
family.
you.
Orange cream
Thank
for
you,
breakfast and
Rhonda.
tomato basil chicken for dinner.
Mm.
Laura Pennsylvania says that conference was wonderful. The couple of ones that were too sciencey for my brain, I kind of struggled with, but yeah, I can go back and watch them. Yeah, a couple of people were like, watching Dave Feldman was kind of hard. I'm like, well, so you have to make sure you get the starting concepts because it builds
upon those things.
So, and then Craig Emmerich gave a really good presentation about protein sparing modified fast.
Yeah, which we're going to totally do that.
A lot of people were like, why does he just keep on talking about glucose synthesis and all this other stuff? And it's like, okay, he's building to it. Right now he's giving you the why you don't need to fear protein. So that when he introduces the concept of a protein sparing modified fast, you won't be worried about too much protein.
Yeah.
So really good stuff. And Craig was actually on in the comments while he was giving his presentation.
He was
It was pretty cool. Elizabeth says, I wish I had just a fraction of the IT knowledge Joe has. There you go.
Me too.
Kathy says the conference was great. And the other Kathy says, happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday, Kathy.
Jerry says it's hard to change loss to eliminate it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's also not a weight loss diet, it's a fat loss diet. Julie says, good morning. Red One says, good morning, Chow Heads. Leaving Kansas City, Kansas, heading to Jackson, Michigan for tomorrow morning.
Cool.
Wow.
I like Kansas City.
Julie says, I'm glad it was only one day. Well, no, we really probably should have split it up into 2 days because it was like 10 and a half hours of stuff.
But it was really nice.
It was.
To just sit down and listen to everybody.
You can go back and watch it.
And get laundry done. Like, I actually did folds
of
laundry.
Who was it that said that they had...
Danita killed it with her laundry.
Yeah, like 5 loads of laundry. Anthony says, woo, made it to the live. Karen says the conference was great. I feel smarter after watching it.
Me too.
And if you... I think some of the better... Well, one of the main themes was, like with Amy Berger, with Maria, with...
even Kim's.
Kim. It was a lot of the psychology of keto. And don't miss out on Dr. Westman's presentation. It was internet keto versus like actual science-based legit keto. It was really interesting.
Yeah, and sometimes we get so stuck in the, everything everybody's telling us, all of this new stuff coming out, and macros this and blah 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 that we just overstress ourselves out and make it simple. Like, go back to the basics. What did you do when you started? Eggs, bacon, fat, like simple, and you may find more success because you're getting caught up in things. I know that's what I do.
So Yarn Lady TikTok Yarn Lady.
Uh-huh.
Says, Yarn Lady is Keto Village. It's Christy Davis. I thought it looked like you, but
Hi, Christy.
you're logged into the wrong account. I did that on Autumn's live stream this morning. I was so
Oh,
excited
yeah,
to
you
be
said
done.
Keto
I'm like,
Chow.
hey, I'm done. And I'm like, I'm in the wrong account. Let's see.
Because you were on that account this weekend.
Leanne says, I made my first chaffles, tried with mozzarella and then cream cheese. I
Nice.
liked it with cream cheese the most. Rhonda said, I love the conference. I missed a couple, but I'm going back for replay.
Yes.
Yarn Lady says, logging out to fix it. You just click in the little corner and change
I
which one
know,
it's
right?
going to. Julie says, it was an awesome conference. I can
Nice.
speak good. Older Pennsylvania says, wondering what the probability is of a weekly special also being in the club box. Am I the only person who could not use too big amounts of anything quick enough?
Oh, yeah.
I
We're
don't
not
know.
going to put two of the same big bags.
Yeah, it's not too big of the
Yeah.
same big bags.
And I don't think we'll have it beat the flavor of the week. I'm pretty sure we don't have any of that.
But speaking of the flavor of the week, right now the flavor of the week is the root beer Go Packs.
yeah.
So it's 21 individual packets. Ends up $63.
Click on that link, that frozen whoopie pies. You guys have to make this recipe. It's freaking yummy. Ooh. It's so good. It's like ice cream and with the cookies on the outside.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, so that's the flavor of the week. This week is
I should
the
have
root
that
beer.
this week. Make some whoopie pies for Wednesday
Celebrate
night.
summer. Let's see. Matt says the Keto Salt Lake videos were great. There was definitely some information overload, though, so I need to go back and rewatch some stuff.
Yeah.
And he says, I was in class all day, so I had to watch the replays of the conference. Lynette says, good morning. Stargate69 says, good morning. How does mineral water differ from a hospital IV? Most of the time,
probably-
hospital IVs just have salt.
Salt.
It's a saline solution.
Yeah, and mineral water's not going to have that much salt in it either.
And it depends on what you mean by
So-
mineral water. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking
Like
about
specifically-
the Keto Chow Daily Minerals? Because that is very
Or
different. So,
just a bottle of water that says mineral water on it. Because
Yep.
that probably is just saying that to be nice.
let's see. Julie says, I love Maria and her husband. I love the geeky number stuff. Anthony says, if you search on Google, Facebook will give you an ad to buy one, get one for free for the sports research probiotics.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank
Let's
you,
see.
guys.
Lisa says, good morning from Southwest Florida. Shauna says, Chris, I came over. Okay. I didn't know they were still going.
I'm sorry.
Well, the problem is, so they normally are doing a Keto on the
Premiere.
Couch premiere.
Yeah, sorry.
And we have to leave. We have meetings every morning at 8:40
Yep.
and every morning at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And it's our daily
Get
stand-up.
start of our day meeting.
And so I didn't know they were still going. Anyway,
Sorry,
Becky says, good
Joan,
morning.
Rachel.
I made Joe's pancake recipe into donuts, used peanut butter, chocolate, Keto Chow, and melted chips on top.
Oh, that sounds good.
So that
Melted
is,
chocolate chips. It sound like chips, like
let's see,
potato
if
chips.
we go to Two Crazy Ketos YouTube, it'll probably say they're still live.
They're still live right now.
Yeah, they're live right now.
Sorry,
but this
guys.
right here, the
Here you go.
fluffy keto pancakes with Keto Chow.
We need to
This is
make that
Rachel's new
recipe.
favorite recipe, and she's having Joe make it every day.
Nice.
Let's see. Oh, incidentally, the live stream on Saturday was terrible.
Oh yeah, we were showing how competent
Something-
we are.
Something just failed, and the upload was not working. Like, it
Sorry,
was just
Saturday was a
crazy.
train wreck.
That's why we
But the
pre-uploaded the conference.
Conference was already done, so it couldn't have the same problem. So that was nice.
Chow CEO says 4 bags of Keto Chow just delivered. Mint chocolate times 2, salted
Yay.
caramel, and chocolate peanut butter Snickers meetup. MJ says, has this live started? Yes, it has. Julie says, I have a far infrared sauna. I've heard about the fourth. I have heard about the fourth phase water for a while.
Oh,
that's
cool.
It was the first time I'd ever heard of it.
Me
Shauna
too.
says, wanted to say thank you again for the awesome gift box of Keto Chow. I was able to gift more to a good friend
Oh,
with back health
good. Good.
issues. Carrie Brown gave us 2 gold stars.
2 gold stars for
Hi,
me.
Carrie.
Yoo-hoo.
Dan says, thank you for all your work on the Salt Lake Conference. That was the only way I could have seen it.
Oh, good.
Caden says,
I'm glad
Craig's
you
was a
liked
very
it.
lengthy explanation of the very wuzzy line between PSMF and rabbit starvation. Yes.
You know, it was really nice to hear, though, because I've just been kind of scared of protein sparing modified fast. I want to do it, but I just don't want to suffer. So it was nice to hear him talk about that and realize that you don't have to do it like a week long or a month long to see results.
Yeah,
like you
it's
can do that
every
little
other day sort of thing.
yeah,
or a
and
couple
so
days.
it's really the same type of thing I've been doing with like alternate day fasting here and there, and I love that. So I imagine that this would be similar.
Christy says, I'm back, it's me.
Hi, Christy.
Laura is on. Welcome, Laura. Luke says, looking forward to seeing the recording. Elizabeth says, whoever just shared too much science, then thanks for saying that. I felt so bad.
I also feel
There
that.
were some of the,
okay.
and don't get me wrong, you go to something like Low Carb Houston, and a lot of the
Most
talks
of them are
going to be
sciencey.
sciencey. This one was more of a community and getting into the psychology of keto and things like that. So Karen says, Miriam, that was a great idea to save laundry for that day. Totally got all my laundry done while watching the conference.
And then you just are being so productive and you feel so great. Love it.
Julia says, yeah, the internet keto versus clinical, I think is what he was
Yeah.
clinical keto. Laura says, weight loss so far down 70 pounds in 8 months. Keto and Keto Chow. Only 15 pounds from goal weight.
That's
Jerry
awesome.
says, I had a delicious lemon and lime Keto Chow this morning. Had a packet of True Lemon and True Lime in my
Nice.
Vitamix for 2 shakes. It was scrumptious.
That sounds good.
Sean says, I need to take a couple of shots of MCT and watch again. Yeah. Chrissy says, if you haven't tried them, you need to make Joe's Keto Chow pancakes. They are amazing. Yeah, we do.
We do need to try that.
And the problem is, like Joe
I keep
says,
fasting.
Joe says, he's like, I regret making those because now that's the only thing that works. Andrew says, I made them whoopie pies last week and they're awesome.
Yay! I like that recipe.
Let's see, MJ, let's see, says my YouTube says, waiting for Keto Chow. Has the live started? Yeah. We're going. Holly says, we try to make sure the flavor of the week is not also in the Chow Club.
Yes.
There's charts all over the place, yes.
Yeah, we have lots of papers.
Holly says, maybe I can make 72 hours fast if there were whoopie pies.
Right? Let's do it. Wednesday night. Whoopie pies.
Anthony says, I just ordered some root beer the week of the free cookies.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Kane says, between Mr. Emmerich and Dr. Naiman, I'm stuffed on sub 1200 53% protein diet. I'll give it a month and see what happens.
Cool.
Awesome. Lily says, good morning, Bears. Any apple pie updates? Not yet. We still have not made an official announcement about the availability of that flavor in that size. Elizabeth says, hey, Shauna, but thank you for asking, by the way. We know that you want it. Elizabeth says, let's see, Shauna, are you sharing on Saturday about depression? I am so with you. Okay. Rhonda says, this has always been your slot. That's why I moved. Sorry, 2KK. Andrew says, daily minerals, can they be taken with the other drops, or is it something I need for the day in the daily minerals? So I posted a link earlier.
Yep. Daily minerals a good start. Like I do the daily minerals every day, unless I'm doing Keto Chow only, and then I don't. So
if you go to shop, you go to electrolytes, you wait for a second. Here you are on the daily minerals page, and this is the thing talking about, we've got this great blog post that goes into exhaustive detail about when you should use it, why you should use it, why the different minerals are important. That should help you make a decision about what's best for you.
Yep.
Because it's kind of like people ask, well, how much of the electrolyte should I use? And it's like, use what you think is best.
Because if you're going on the dosage, that's for like regular people, like non-keto
That's for an
people.
arbitrary, not realistic person.
And so that's still good. Like it's still good to do that little amount, but we think you can have more. So.
Blaine says the 2KK are just winding down.
Oh, okay.
Well, without me there commenting, were you keeping them up? I mean, oh, Heath was there. Let's see. Lori says, morning, Old Pennsylvania says, I want to try the protein-sparing modified fast, but we'll run it past the PA I'm seeing tomorrow.
Oh, that's a
knows
good
her
idea.
keto stuff.
Yeah.
Praying for good advice and answers. Carol says, I'm late. Good morning, everyone. Elizabeth
Good morning,
says, big thanks, I
Carol.
will. Blue Dove says, yay, still some live left. 2KK went a little long today. Mike says, Keto Chow is suffering free. Yep.
Yeah.
Weathers Wendy says, good morning, everyone. Ken says, speaking of science, I think I found a way to introduce keto to people sideways. There's a woman named Sarah Engel who talks about the difference between hair science and hair care marketing.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Similar thing.
Blaine says of the conference, what I got to watch was fantastic.
Nice.
Stargate69 said, did I miss that? How do daily mineral drops from the hospital IV? A hospital IV is mostly water with a little bit of salt.
So the daily minerals are going to have a lot of different
minerals
stuff
is
in it.
extremely concentrated.
Yes, you
They're
would
not
not
at
want
all
to
like
put
the
the
same.
daily mineral into an IV probably
No.
because it wouldn't have enough water in it.
Yep. And that same link that we talked about earlier, the comparison of electrolyte supplements, the importance of electrolytes on keto, which goes into kind of what the daily minerals are and all that.
Lots of words.
That will help you be able to make a decision about when and where to use the daily minerals. We don't want to tell you how to use it. We want you to be educated and make that decision for yourself. Hey, Two Crazy Ketos is on.
Hi guys. Long time no see.
Elizabeth says, so Shauna, is that a Keto Chow Facebook? I'm new to this. We do have the Keto Chow Facebook support group. In fact, if you've ordered from Keto Chow before, your order confirmation email has a link to it. But if you just search for Keto Chow Facebook support, you'll find it. It is a closed group just because we don't want Google and other search engines indexing the questions and answers and posts that people have. Let's see. Oh, Cadence says it's very similar to the difference between metabolic science and what nutritionists and dietitians promote.
That's true. It's true.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that we've found a lot of people struggle with on keto is our sucralose, right?
Yep.
Sucralose, a lot of people are haters of sucralose, and we totally understand that everybody can have their own opinion. You can not like it, but metabolically, we feel like sucralose is fine.
Yep.
Because it doesn't change or it doesn't raise your glucose.
Well, it's interesting. There was a talk given by Dr. Westman, his internet science versus clinical science, actual research science. And at the end of it, I brought up a talk that he had given years ago where he said, everybody talks about artificial sweeteners raising insulin. He's like, I've never, ever seen any actual data that says that is a real thing. He's like, people talk about it like it's a thing, but it's not. He's like, have you ever seen anything about that? I'm like, no, I've never seen anything that shows that artificial sweeteners raise insulin. Because there's no data about that. There's data about it doing other things, but not raising insulin. And so it's interesting. Anyway, Cindy says, I just finished my bottle of fasting drops. And Leanne says the microphone really picked up your yawn.
Sorry, apparently I'm tired this morning.
Andrew says, Chris, thank you for showing me that. I'm the type that needs to read and research. MJ says, reverse psychology test. Miriam and Chris, no one here wants apple pie nor s'mores keto chow. Oh, well, in that
I'm
case.
going to go make them. Let's go make them right now.
Candace says, thank you for Keto Salt Lake. I'll be watching the replays. Cadence says, how does daily mineral taste in cold brew coffee? Asking as a non-taster.
I think it would be salty because anything you add
and the daily minerals have a fair amount of copper and magnesium. The funny thing is, a lot of people, when they first taste it, really don't like the flavor.
But after a while, you like it because your body starts to crave it.
And if you have it in something that has no acid in it, like just pure water, and you're not adding citrus, or if you've got black coffee, that I think has a fair amount of acid in it as well. Anyway, I don't drink coffee. But after a while, people, they report that it stops tasting weird and they start to crave that flavor, which means that their body's identifying it as a source of nutrients, which is really interesting to me. So there you go. Let's see. Dee says, my blood sugar goes up while using Keto Chow. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I use heavy whipping cream and unflavored almond milk. We have a type 1 diabetic who lives across the street from us who uses Keto Chow. Not sure if it's the acacia gum or the protein or a combination of the two. So it does raise her blood sugar a little.
But it's slow.
Yeah, it's a slow thing, and she's like, I just know that it's going to raise it a little, but also eating hamburger, or cheese also raises her blood sugar. and she just knows that she needs to take that into account. Heavy whipping cream does have more lactose in it.
Yeah. So if you use if you use butter, it may
Or
be,
avocado oil.
Yeah.
That may be easier
Lower.
on your blood sugar.
Yeah.
Blue Dove
But
says,
thank you for sharing that with
Yeah.
us.
Blue Dove says, I wake up with a nasty headache this week. A third dose of daily minerals and Sol, which is a saturated fat solution using saturated salt, not saturated fat, using Himalayan salt, and knocked it out in 20 minutes.
Nice.
Elizabeth says, I'm probably not on the Facebook, and otherwise I might go by Betsy. I don't know. Okay. Jerry says on the scroll message, Root Beer Go Pack shows, does it have the wrong date listed there?
Whoopsie.
It does.
We'll fix that.
That's because it's wrong on the, it's wrong on the website. Hey, Nick, can you hear me?
Thank you.
You got the Go Packs thing wrong.
For telling us.
Anyway,
Thanks for
I'll
letting
change
us
that.
know. We'll fix that.
Sonny says, I made 10 root beers last night.
Oh,
when I
yay.
prepped. Kaden says, with sucralose, I'm more concerned about the hyperphagic response. Sucralose doesn't seem to trigger one at all, but monk fruit beyond a certain threshold, and I'm the Tasmanian devil.
Isn't that interesting?
Sarah says, I'm late. Hi.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I'm late.
Christy-
I'm in Hawaii.
Oh,
I wish I was there.
hey. Christy Keto Village says, add it to a cup of bone broth.
Oh, that's a good
This is
idea.
a morning all. Aaron says, if a shake is made with coconut oils, there a need to keep it refrigerated. Okay, so you're refrigerating it not because of the fat that you're adding. You're refrigerating it because of the protein. If you don't know what I mean, mix up a
No,
protein
don't do
shake
this.
and don't refrigerate
bad
it,
idea.
and it will turn into you get smelly really
It's like
fast.
milk. I mean, it's just like milk if you leave it out
Yeah,
for too
bacteria
long.
will eat it regardless of the fat source that you use. So you have to treat mixed keto chow as if it was milk. That's the simple version of it. Now what you can do is put it into a cooler with some like ice block things or blue ice.
Ice block?
You can put it after it's cooled off. You can put it into an insulated flask, like the ones that we have on our site. What you don't want to do is mix up keto chow at room temperature, put it into one of those flasks, and then stick it into the refrigerator.
Yeah, because then it will not get cold unless you leave
Yep.
the top open.
That is correct. Let's see. Blue Dove says, yes, love daily minerals on my meat and in broth sauce too. Use it instead of soy sauce.
Oh, that's a good
Okay, so
idea.
it's the 30th.
Yeah. We need to cook with it more. We don't cook with any of them, and we really should. We just need to put it by the stove, and then we will.
All right, I
Because
fixed
it
the
would be
scroll
really
thing.
nice to have that extra salt.
Caden says what's really weird is how tap water with too much calcium tastes nasty unless you eat it with pork rinds, in which case it tastes divine.
Isn't that interesting? That's so crazy.
Caden says, so if you ever drive through Wisconsin, knock on a random door and ask for a glass of water. Okay. Here in where we live in Riverton, they actually switched water providers, but it used to be that there was 630 milligrams of calcium per liter. That's 6 maximum strength Tums worth of calcium in each liter of water. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Elizabeth says, I'm on Facebook. I think my yellow lab, my service dog, is my picture. I'll check and look for you. Okay. Ginny says, so are we picking the pepper from the salt and pepper about glucose and insulin?
Kind of, yeah. So we need to try not to do that. Right?
Shauna says, Chris's famous line, hey, Nick, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Blaine says, ghee has fewer carbs. It does. So
Yeah,
ghee
it
is,
would, yeah.
or clarified butter is... You simply take butter, you heat it up so that the water with a little bit of protein separates from the fat. It's clarified butter. Amanda says, don't do it.
She's meaning don't bring in apple pies and s'mores,
Oh, okay.
right?
Probably.
And what was the last one?
Ginny says, so
Eli?
doesn't your insulin automatically raise if your body senses the raise in glucose in your blood? It can. Well, it depends on you and your response. So, anyway, Nancy says having your pistachio chaffles while watching with warm blended blueberries.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
That does.
Yeah.
Kaden says, but you can drink it hot with coconut oil. Hot chocolate is obvious, but eggnog was a delicious surprise. I'd also like to try hot apple pie.
I don't think I like apple pie hot. I think I only like it cold. I expected it to be better hot than it was.
Oh, Lexi says, if available near you, Alexander Farms has an A2 lactose-free heavy
cool.
cream. No carbs, more fat. So what A2 is a reference to is the casein in most milk is the A1 variety. A2 tends to be easier for people who are allergic to milk.
Oh, cool.
And originally it was only available in Australia. Let's see. Blue Dose says seems to work well to keep it hot to like a Yeti insulated cup. But when it cools finally, it will get chunky and gross.
Yeah.
Leanne says, I was previously taught that upon tasting sweet, the brain signals to start releasing insulin. Can't distinguish between sugar and sweeteners. Now there is what's called the cephalic response, but sometimes that could potentially be insulin, but sometimes it actually will release other chemicals. But it's not the sweeteners that's causing that any different than any other thing. So it's not artificial sweeteners that are causing that to happen. That would be your brain causing it to happen.
Because our bodies are amazing and they do lots of hard things.
Blue Dose says hollow apple pie sounds good. Older Pennsylvanians, yes, the scrolling thing is corrected now. Andrew says, I haven't had apple pie and s'mores yet. My interest is piqued. By the way, that's spelled P-I-Q when you talk about your interest is piqued.
Peak.
Yeah. I just barely learned that.
Okay.
Blaine says, you know what happens when you put a Yeti full of room temperature Keto Chow in the fridge overnight? It stays more or less room temperature.
Yep, that's exactly
Lisa
what
says,
we're
morning,
saying.
am I missing out on the vitamins and minerals in Keto Chow by drinking it immediately with hot coffee? So if it's above 120 degrees, then the vitamins, some of the vitamins will start to degrade. If you're doing that 3 meals a day for months at a time, that may be something that is concerning to you. If you're doing it once in a while, it's probably not a big deal. So that would be something that you would need to evaluate. Yeah, it's just, you want to keep it under 120 if you want to preserve the full benefits of all of the vitamins.
Yep.
And the minerals will never be affected by any temperature, just so you know. Let's see, Laura says, I like apple pie warm if it's mixed with caramel macchiato or salted macchiato. Let's see, Shauna likes your earrings.
Thank you.
P-I-Q-U-E, peak. Kansas says, Dr. Michael Eads has a blog post about how walking through the bakery aisle creates an insulin response. I like to reference it when people says it doesn't hurt you just to smell it because I'm a buzzkill. Shauna says, Chris, can I use my digital meat thermometer to check the temperature of the coffee just after brewing? Yes, absolutely you can. Yep, that's probably the best way to do it. I did learn that my Thermopop meat thermometer does not work with meat that is being cooked in a pan on top of an induction cooker.
Yes.
I have to turn off the induction
You can just
cooktop.
move it off the thing and then
That works too.
do it and then put it back on.
Yep. Jeanette says,
Because the
hot
induction
chocolate.
cooktop makes it
Made with
crazy.
Black Rifle mocha coffee.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Yeah, Blaine says easiest solution is to use an ice cube when you make it. Yeah, or just mix. I never put stuff into the cooler thing until after it's sat overnight anyway.
Yeah, so we just put it in our blender bottles in the fridge, and then in the morning we'll pour it into like a hydro flask or something.
Yep. All right, well, happy Monday.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining us.
Happy Monday.
Yeah, so it's the flavor of the week is the root beer float, and don't forget we'll be on early tomorrow evening. So
Yes.
all right, we're gonna be gone.
Hey, one more thing.
What?
We're doing some giveaways for the ice cream makers. We did have some
yes.
scammers this weekend, so if Keto Chow ever follows you or friends you, maybe question to see if that's really us. Sometimes they'll put like an extra letter in. So yeah, we had 2 scammers this weekend
On Instagram. They
so
were
just
impersonating us.
just watch for that. But we are still doing the giveaways for the ice cream makers.
Yep.
So if you go on the ice cream maker video and then put a comment in there on a YouTube, we'll give away ice cream maker tomorrow night on our live stream.
Yep.
And then we'll also have one on Facebook and Instagram and the Facebook support group.
Okay.
Just
See
so
you
you
guys
know.
out. Bye, guys.
Bye.